In the heart of Rosario, Argentina, a city known for its passion for football, a legend was about to be born. On June 24, 1987, Lionel Andres Messi entered the world, his arrival unnoticed by most, but destined to change the landscape of the beautiful game forever. His birth certificate, a simple document, marked the beginning of an extraordinary journey. He grew up in a humble, football-loving family, where the sport was more than just a game. It was a way of life. The Messi household was filled with warmth, love, and an unwavering support for their youngest son's burgeoning talent. His parents, Jorge and Celia, laid the foundation for his success, instilling in him values of hard work, perseverance, and humility. From a very young age, the ball was his constant companion, his most trusted friend. It was an extension of his own body, a tool for expressing his boundless creativity and passion. He would dribble effortlessly between furniture inside the house, much to the amusement and occasional dismay of his family. Outside, the streets of La Bajada became his training ground, where he honed his skills against older, tougher opponents. Even in those early days, his extraordinary talent was undeniable, astonishing anyone who witnessed his precocious abilities. Spectators would gather, drawn in by the magic he conjured with the ball at his feet. His grandmother Celia played a pivotal role in nurturing his early dreams. She was the one who took him to his first football club, Grandoli, a humble neighborhood team, where his journey truly began. It was Celia who convinced the initially hesitant coach to give the tiny Messi a chance to prove himself. At just 4 years old, Messi's exceptional talent was already evident, captivating everyone who watched him play. He possessed a natural gift, an innate understanding of the game that set him apart from his peers. He effortlessly weaved through and around rivals much bigger and older than himself, his small stature belying his immense skill and determination. His agility and close control were simply breathtaking. It wasn't long before he joined the ranks of Newell's Old Boys, one of Rosario's most prominent football clubs. There he quickly became the undisputed star of La Máquina del 87 inches, the machine of an 87, a youth team renowned for its near-invincible status and mesmerizing performances. They dominated every opponent, fueled by Messi's brilliance. Even at that tender age, his ability was already bordering on legendary, a testament to his dedication and innate talent. He could effortlessly control and juggle anything he could get his hands on. Oranges, tennis balls, showcasing his extraordinary dexterity and ball control. And of course, he scored goals that seemed physically impossible. However, at the age of 10, a shadow fell upon his promising future. He was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency, a condition that threatened to stunt his growth and derail his footballing aspirations. This diagnosis cast a dark cloud over his dreams, jeopardizing his chances of ever realizing his full potential on the football pitch. The news was devastating for young Lionel and his family. The necessary treatment was incredibly expensive, a financial burden that the Messi family simply couldn't bear on their own. The cost of the medication and specialist care was far beyond their means. Messi's dream was on the verge of being extinguished before it had even truly begun. A cruel twist of fate that threatened to rob the world of a future footballing icon. The uncertainty and despair were palpable. The Messi family looked for help from Argentine clubs, but no one wanted to pay for Leo's treatment. Hope came from Spain, a tryout with FC Barcelona. At just 13 years old, Messi and his dad traveled to Barcelona, leaving everything behind for a chance. At the tryout, Messi amazed the coaches with his talent. Carlos Rexach, sure of his potential, signed a quick contract on a napkin, agreeing that the club would sign him and pay for his treatment. That napkin changed football history. So, Messi and his family started a new life in Barcelona. The club believed in him when no one else did. It was the first step to making Messi a legend. The future, finally, was bright again. The promise of Barcelona was now his biggest hope. Messi joined La Masia, Barcelona's famous academy. He felt lonely, missed his home, and had to get used to a new country. The daily shots and being away from his family were tough, but soccer was his comfort. On the field, his talent made him stand out among future stars like Fabregas and Pique. He grew incredibly fast. He played for 5 different teams in one season and overcame every challenge. The treatment worked. Messi grew taller and stronger. He learned Barcelona's way of playing, keeping the ball, attacking, and playing as a team. Soon, stories about the Argentine wonder reached the first team. The Camp Nou was no longer a far-off dream, but a close reality. November 16th, 2003, a date that would be etched in the memory of Barcelona fans and in the history of world football. That day, a young man from Rosario, barely 16 years old, named Lionel Messi. Messi debuted with the first team in a friendly against Porto, under the watchful eye of then-coach Frank Rijkaard. It was a fleeting moment, just a few minutes, but enough to glimpse the enormous talent he held in his boots. His official La Liga debut came in October 2004 against Espanyol. He came onto the field in the final minutes, replacing Deco, another big name from that Barcelona team. At just 17 years, 3 months, and 22 days old, he became the youngest player to represent Barcelona in La Liga, a record that marked the beginning of his meteoric rise. His first official goal in the Blaugrana shirt came on May 1, 2005, assisted by Ronaldinho, in a match against Albacete. It was pure magic, a perfect chip over the goalkeeper, which unleashed euphoria at Camp Nou and admiration from everyone. The connection with Ronaldinho was clear, a master guiding his young apprentice. That goal was not just a personal milestone, but it marked the beginning of a new era, an era dominated by the talent and genius of Lionel Messi. He quickly became a regular on the team, showing his ability to unbalance opponents, assist, and score goals game after game. His adaptation was amazing, fitting perfectly into Barcelona's playing style. He formed a deadly trio with Ronaldinho, learning from the Brazilian star and complementing each other perfectly in attack, and Samuel Eto'o, another world-class striker, creating an offensive partnership that amazed the football world. In the 2005-06 season, he helped Barca win La Liga, showing his growing influence in the team's play, and the Champions League, a title that solidified Barcelona as the best team in Europe at that time. Although a muscle injury kept him out of the final against Arsenal in Paris, his contribution throughout the tournament was crucial. In 2007, he scored his first hat-trick in an El Clasico against Real Madrid, a match that showed his bravery and his ability to shine in the most important moments. And he scored a Maradona-esque goal against Getafe, a spectacular play where he dribbled past several defenders before finishing with precision. Comparisons to Diego Armando Maradona, the Argentine idol, were already unavoidable, fueled by his natural talent and similar playing style. Messi was slowly becoming the new king of Camp Nou, the idol of fans who saw in him a different player, capable of taking the team to the very top. The football world had a new idol, a player who promised to define an era and break all records. The legend of Lionel Messi was just beginning, and the whole world was eager to witness the next chapters of his brilliant career. When Guardiola arrived in 2008, Messi moved to the center of the attack, and Barca had a golden age. They won the treble in 2009, with Messi scoring in the Champions League final. Messi won 4 Ballon d'Or awards in a row and broke goal records year after year. In 2012, he scored 91 goals in 1 year, beating Gerd Müller. He became the all-time top scorer for the club and in La Liga. He won 10 league titles, 7 Copa del Rey titles and 4 Champions League titles with Barca. His rivalry with Cristiano Ronaldo raised the level of world football. Messi was the artist, Ronaldo the athlete. Together, they defined an unforgettable era. Messi became known as one of the greatest of all time. His dominance and consistency amazed the world. With Argentina, his story was tougher, much more complex than anyone could have imagined. The weight of a nation rested on his shoulders, a burden he carried with unwavering resolve. The pressure of being the new Maradona was huge, a shadow that followed him from the start. The comparisons were constant, the expectations sky high. Could he ever truly escape the legacy of the legendary Diego? And the criticism for not winning titles followed him for years, causing doubts and questions about his leadership and ability to bring Argentina glory. Every defeat was magnified, every missed opportunity dissected. He led the team to the 2014 World Cup final, just one step from winning, carrying the hopes of a nation on his back. He made plays, inspired his teammates, and came so very close to achieving the ultimate dream. But they lost to Germany in a heartbreaking defeat that left Messi and the entire nation in tears. The dream was shattered. The pain was clear. He lost 2 Copa America finals in a row to Chile, adding to the growing list of close calls and making people think he couldn't win on the biggest stage. The penalty miss in one of those finals became a symbol of his supposed failures. And after the second one, he said he was quitting international play, feeling overwhelmed by the pressure and the constant criticism. It was a moment of sadness, a breaking point for a player who had given everything to his country. The whole country asked him to come back, united in their plea for their captain to change his mind. The support was huge, showing how important he was to the nation. And Messi came back, answering the call of his nation. and bringing back the hopes of a generation. His return was met with joy, a sign that the dream was still alive. The 2018 World Cup was another disappointment, a painful reminder of the challenges that still lay ahead. The team struggled, and Messi couldn't alone carry them to victory. But he didn't give up. He refused to give up on his dream, driven by a strong desire to bring glory to Argentina. Finally, in 2021, he won the Copa America in the Maracana, a big win that ended a 28-year trophy dry spell for Argentina. The burden was finally lifted, beating Brazil in their own home, silencing the people who doubted him, and proving that he could deliver when it mattered most. It was a moment of pure joy and triumph. Messi's tears as he lifted the trophy were a symbol of the years of struggle, sacrifice, and strong belief. They were tears of joy, relief, and pure feeling. They silenced the critics, proving that he was more than just a great player. He was a leader, a champion, and a symbol of hope for Argentina. At last, he was a champion with his country. After so many years of trying, he had finally achieved his dream, putting his name in Argentine football history forever. That win set the stage for the biggest challenge, the World Cup. The Copa America victory helped build confidence and momentum for the ultimate test. Redemption was close. The chance to finally lift the World Cup trophy, the one prize that had escaped him for so long, was within reach. Messi never stopped fighting. His strong will and constant pursuit of being the best had brought him this far. His dream with Argentina was still alive, burning brighter than ever as he got ready for what could be his last World Cup journey. The world was watching, waiting to see if he could finally do the impossible. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar was Messi's last chance. At 35 years old, he led a united and strong Argentina team. After an early loss to Saudi Arabia, the team got stronger. Messi shined in every game, guiding the team all the way to the final. The match against France was amazing. Messi scored 2 goals, and Mbappe answered with 3 goals. It all came down to penalty kicks. Messi scored the first one, and Argentina became champions. The picture of Messi lifting the World Cup trophy is now part of history. He had won everything with his club and his country. The talk about the greatest of all time had a clear answer. It was the perfect ending to an amazing career. The kid from Rosario was now a world champion. The world celebrated his big win. In 2021, Messi left Barcelona because of the club's money problems. His move to PSG was a big deal, but he couldn't win the Champions League there. He won 2 French league titles and played alongside Neymar and Mbappe. After 2 seasons, he picked a new place to play. Inter Miami in the MLS. His arrival changed soccer in the United States. He led the team to win the League's Cup and scored important goals right from the first game. Messi played with joy, away from the pressure of Europe. His influence went beyond sports. He was a cultural sensation. He chose a good quality of life and to be a face for soccer in a new place. Messi's American dream is just getting started. In 2025, Messi is still playing, but his legacy is already forever. He's more than just a football player. He's a symbol of overcoming challenges and being humble. He broke records, won over 40 titles, and won every possible trophy. His unique style and his love for the game inspired millions. He was always an example of simplicity and hard work. His celebration, pointing to the sky, honors his grandmother Celia, his first fan. Messi brought the football world together with his magic. His story, from Rosario to the top of the world, is a modern fairy tale. For many, he is the greatest of all time. Messi is the living legend of football.